I did a Substack and I talked about how changing my path brought me gifts. I went on a walk basically to clear my head. I had like 1,000 things in my head. Usually I kind of do the same route, like I may switch it up, maybe, but I typically do the same route. But this time I just kept doing everything opposite. Like if I usually turn left, I go right. If I usually cross the street this way, I cross it the opposite way. It kind of inspired me to talk about it a little bit and kind of get philosophical in a way. I was having a conversation with my brother who told me that he always tell his friends that his sister, like everything always work out for me because like I don't never let nothing like sweat. Like I don't sweat too much when it comes to stuff, which is crazy because he don't be knowing the times that I be stressed out or whatever. I've had friends tell me like everything always works out for me. And I kind of had to think on that because I never thought that people looked at me like that. I just live in my own life, in my own world, and I feel like I'm always moving. Sometimes you don't stop and realize how other people view you in a way. Thought about why somebody would say that about me and not themselves. And I realized, and this is not for my brother and friends, but I realized a lot of people don't take the road opposite, basically. A lot of people continue the same path and the same road, the same decisions, the same situations, the same lessons, and they stay in that loop process of it. So, bringing it back to the story, if I was to have gone on my same path, I would have never been presented with those gifts of inspiration, those gifts of literally me seeing the art. I would have never been presented with those had I gone with the same path, the same lesson, the same thought process. So I think a lot of times things that stop us from exceeding or feeling like we can do it too is because people don't realize there are a billion paths to take, right? Just because your mind has always been set up to think a certain way, or it's been a family thought, and you were told to believe it, whatever, doesn't mean you have to believe it. Just because you've been in a situation with this dude and you used to it doesn't mean you have to carry on those situations. And sometimes it takes looking at your life and the things that you're constantly in a loop about, or it's instead of looking at it like, oh, this always happens to me, really be introspective about that thought and think, why does this keep happening? And a lot of times you'll see you're going down the same road. And sometimes it just takes making a right, making a left, doing opposite of what you typically do to receive gifts in life. So I thought about that when I was on my walk. So I wrote about it on Substack, and I kind of put together the ways in which I was inspired on the walk. I kind of wanted to share here on YouTube too. It's okay to come out of who you are. A lot of what I do as well, I don't let anything define me. I actually hate being defined. When I first started pottery, my first thought was like, oh, this is some rich white people shit. But at the same time, I know I've always wanted to try it. So I didn't deny myself that experience because of a thought that has been put on me because I had never seen it growing up. I didn't allow that to stop me, and I tried it. Tennis, same thing. I'm like, I don't see nobody like me playing tennis. Like, of course, like Serena Williams, of course, Coco, of course, yes. But like everyday people, I don't know anybody that plays tennis. But instead of letting that stop me, I still went and did it anyway. Even everything that I'm doing now, I don't know a lot of people personally in my phone right now that I can call that does music, does photography, things like that. But instead of denying that experience or going down that same path of what everybody else has done or what I'm used to or the same old Taylor I've been my entire life, I'm liberating myself and allowing myself always to have the ability to change, because who the fuck are you? Like, okay, yeah, I was doing Pilates some years ago, but I realized I like to do it personally. I don't like to do it for a crowd. It's okay to change. Yeah, I had a cocktail page at one point that I was doing with a friend, but it wasn't mine. It was something that was a collaboration, which was fun, but it wasn't mine. So it's like, I don't need to be defined by all these things, or in marketing. A lot of people know me to be working in marketing in social media. I've done that for so long. And instead of me still kind of identifying with that because it's easier, I've been honoring myself and valuing what I'm doing and talk about the things that I am now versus allowing people to still keep me in that bubble. So basically, if anyone is interested in that Substack, I'll drop it below. But yeah, I kind of wanted to share that, and hopefully that be of inspiration to someone.